Thanks for tuning in to Adiscope, where we talk about business, sports, and marketing. I'm Cristiano, CEO of Bold Worldwide, and this is episode number 69. I talk about how to stay motivated, ad blocking, and being bold.
Sports marketing expert Cristiano.
Cristiano.
Sports fans are arguably the most passionate people probably on the face of this planet.
Marketers and advertisers and brands always have to keep in mind, you have to play to the state of your audience.
If you're not passionate, do something else. When it comes to business or sports, staying motivated is key. How do you stay motivated? I think it's a great question, and why I want to talk about it now is because I'm still struggling as I get through January to really dedicate the amount of time and volume I need to the bike racing side of life. Business is just so busy and crazy, which is awesome, and trying to balance out the two can be very difficult, especially because when you spend the amount of time training necessary to bike race, it makes you really tired, and I need a lot of energy for the rest of my day. And yesterday, I got out with one of my teammates, Corey, really awesome dude, great bike racer, and we did a nice long ride, 50-something miles, and I straight up didn't want to do it. I was tired, I was exhausted, been a long week, had a lot of personal stuff to take care of. It was a Sunday, but Corey dragged me out, got me out there, and I think that's the key to staying motivated, is surrounding yourself with other people who want to push others to be their best, who are willing to put in the work themselves, but then have a innate ability to get other people around them excited. And that's what Corey was for me in this instance. And I think that goes for anything you want to do in life. Whether it's business, you need to surround yourself with other business people or people that you work with or employees that are excited, that are easily motivated, and want to see others succeed. And if it's on the sports side or personal side, surrounding yourself with other people that just want to get out there, have fun, get it done, even do it when it's hard to do, because that's the thing, is staying motivated when things are great and easy is simple, but staying motivated when things are difficult and you're working 18-hour days and you're really tired and you're not feeling well, and it's really hard, and that's when you need that support system. So surrounding yourself by really great people who are equally as motivated or more motivated than you will make you more motivated. Let's talk about the product side today, ad blocking. Is ad blocking good or is ad blocking bad? I think ad blocking is awesome because I f***ing hate banner ads. If you didn't know that, I've mentioned it all the time. I think they're a waste of energy, a waste of space. I think for the most part, it's a waste of money. Now, I will backtrack and say that I think banner ads and other types of simple digital marketing make sense for remarketing and some other purposes. And there's a time and place. But for the vast majority, 90% of the time, I think it's a total waste of energy, money, time, creativity. And I think one of the reasons that banner ads have become so big and such a money suck for the industry is because it's really easy. It's really easy to take clients' money and just go and piss it away on digital banner ad impressions. I think it's really easy for the publishers to just put up some code on their website and sell to third parties that advertising space. And I think it's really easy for the brands and companies and marketers themselves to just look at the basic data, impressions and clicks and very simple things, and say if it was a success or not. And I think it's really easy because of all the automation that has taken place over the last 5 years or so, making it really fast, simple, and easy to buy this space. It's a quick way to just burn clients' dollars. It's a quick way to just blast out impressions. But it's not successful, in my opinion, in any way, shape, or form. And if you want to know why, go search for why banner ads suck on Adiscope, and you'll hear my whole rant on that. But I think ad blocking is great because it's going to force the industry as a whole, both the marketing side and the publishing side, to change the way that they do business. And what it's going to force the marketers to do is find other ways to advertise, whether it's through more native or first-party advertising, like let's say on Facebook or Twitter, where you can't really block those ads because it's part of the platform, or creating content themselves, focusing more on inbound marketing or focusing more on creating really good content that engages their audience and less about just slapping up impressions. And more importantly, I think on the publisher side, it needs to change drastically, because I understand as the publishers are really struggling to make money on the physical print side, but then they're also struggling to make money on the digital side, and how they do that is by selling impressions on their site, a lot of the time through third-party advertising sources. And what it's going to make them do is focus more on first-party advertising or native advertising. And what that means is that people are going to have to use their brains and think about, what does my audience that's reading our content really give a crap about? And bring in brands that match that same narrative and have them advertise or sponsor or even just advertising on a site if it makes sense, if the brand makes sense and connects directly to the consumer base that your content reaches, then as a publisher it makes a lot of sense. But here's the thing, it's not easy. It's not as easy as just going, on an ad exchange and buying a shitload of banner ads. It's not easy like a smaller advertiser just going into Google or Bing pay-per-click and buying a bunch of, Google AdWords or any of that stuff, Google Display, and buying just a shit ton of space there. It actually requires thought, both from the publisher side and from the advertiser side, which is what does our consumer base that's reading our content care about, and what brands will connect with them, and then what can we create that either interests them, gives them a bargain, or teaches them something new, or entertains them in a way that connects that whole community. It's a lot harder, but at the end of the day, everybody wins. The publisher wins because you can charge more than just these fractions of pennies on banner ads. The brands win more because now they're not just wasting a bunch of money on useless impressions in the bottom left-hand corner of some website that no one ever sees. And the consumer wins more because the advertising actually has a purpose and a reason and communicates something to them that means something, that they're actually interested in. So it's a win-win-win across the board. And that's why I'm a huge proponent of ad blocking. I don't care, block all the ads you want all day, because that's not where success is in 5 years. Performance. I'm gonna take a step back. I don't really tell my whole story very often, so I'm gonna kind of start to maybe tell little bits and pieces of it here and there. And being bold. It's such a broad term, and I think it's overused in some extent, but obviously, our company's called Bold. We use Be Bold on our team racing jerseys and our bike racing team because I think it has an aspirational piece to it. But really, I think getting down to the core of it and actually thinking about what does being bold mean and how can you be bold? And to me, it means living outside of your comfort zone, doing things that are uncomfortable for you right now, but will lead to something better in the future. And I think back to when I first got started and really when I realized that I really loved video and production, and I also really loved entrepreneurship. It goes all the way back to when I was 16. And I was a skater, inline skating at the time in the early 90s when that was cool for like 5 years. But I was into it and I was pretty good, and the people that I did it with were very good, and a lot of them competed in the X Games and other competitions, and so I was there a lot. And the light bulb went off one day, like, why don't I film all these guys and us and turn it into a skating video? And so I took that opportunity to do that and start filming these people. I'd never filmed anything before other than little stupid things here and there, but I started filming, I started collecting all this really great footage, and when I got to the point where I felt like, wow, I have a lot of really awesome stuff here, I called up Video Action Sports, just straight up cold call them, the 16-year-old, calling them up and said, hey, I have the next best skate video for you guys. I filmed this person and this person and this person that you should know about, and it's gonna be awesome, and you need to distribute my video. They're the biggest distributor in action sports at the time, at least in the 90s. And they said, well, great, send us a teaser, and if we like it, we'll bring you on board. So at that point I said, well, I better figure out how to edit video because I've never done that before. And so I did. I figured it out. I edited like this 5 or 10 minute trailer. I sent it to them. They loved it. Long story short, they ended up distributing the video, ended up turning this big video, and at the time, by the time I was 17, sold like 5,000 copies of this, which for a 17-year-old kid was pretty damn awesome. Made a decent amount of cash at 17. Now it's nothing, but when you're 17, it's great. And I think that's where I've always lived at, is being bold. Like just making that cold call to Video Action Store, said, you need this, but then having the follow through to actually do it and selling 5,000 copies and making a really awesome skating video, taking advantage of the landscape that I was in, which was the skating world, and say, hey, there's a good opportunity here. I'm around some really awesome people. Let me leverage that and turn it into something creative that other people are going to like. That's being bold. It's a small example, but that's being bold. So if you're out there, whether you're in business, marketing, sports, whatever, get out there and be bold. That thing you've been putting off, or that phone call you've been saying, man, I'll do that later when the time's right, just go and do it. There's never a better time than now. Be bold. It would mean a whole lot to me if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I've been putting a lot of energy and effort into the show, and I've been getting a lot of great feedback, and the community is growing, and I'm seeing a lot of people emailing me or tweeting at me, and it's really a great feeling, and I want to continue to grow this show. So if you subscribe to the episode, or share it with somebody else, or make a comment, or tweet at me, it would just mean the world to me. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you get a little bit of something out of it. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode, because I have a really phenomenal interview with an elite Olympic level athlete, and she's just amazing, has an incredible story to tell. So make sure to tune in to my next interview and check it out.